This is Gina Garcia with IH10 Realty. So I'm coming to you today and I'm going to be talking about this problem that just occurred based on a story that I talked about a few weeks ago, which is unimproved taxes. Now, unimproved taxes, if you didn't understand what that meant, unimproved taxes are taxes based on just the lot on the home. And this happens only with new homes because when you're buying a new home, a lot of times the county does not know that there is a house that's built on the lot. So they'll normally just charge for the lot only. They'll assess taxes just on the lot. So this story that you're going to read, I'm going to link at the bottom so you can read, is about a lawsuit on a popular builder who actually misled a buyer to let them believe that their payments were going to be a certain amount. And little did they know that a year and a half or so later, the house got assessed or the property got assessed with the house on it, and the taxes went up at least twice on their monthly payment. So now the builder's getting sued by the buyer because they were misled and they feel like they can't afford the house anymore because the taxes went up at least twice in the last year to 2 years. So this is why it's a great example of why you want to have a real estate agent with you, because a real estate agent is protecting you and they represent you and they're watching out your paperwork. They're checking everything to make sure that what you're signing is correct. And they're making sure that at the end of the day, when you go sign your papers, you know exactly what your payment's going to be when you start and when you end up paying a year later, what those taxes are going to be. And there's always some kind of room for a variance, but it's always a small variance. It's nothing like several hundreds of dollars or even thousands. And what happened here is the taxes were based on the lot. And you know that taxes on a lot typically can run a few $100s versus a house being on the lot that can run thousands of dollars. And when a year and a half comes around and the buyer's being assessed those taxes and they get a bill that says, oh, now you owe $3,000 for taxes, what do? You either got to fork up that $3,000 or you have to put it on your monthly payment. And that's when those payments go up. And they go up twice because now you have to account for the year before the taxes. And then now you have to account for the year coming up. So that new payment now adjusts at least twice, double on the taxes because they have to account for, like I said, the past due, and they have to account for the new taxes. So this story is a lawsuit that just was brought on the 11th, which was actually yesterday. So take a look at this story, read it and understand it, but understand whether you're buying a brand new home or pre-owned, these are the things that us realtors watch for. We take a look at your documents, we take a look at your HUD statement, we verify that everything is correct before you go to closing so that you're not caught by surprise several months later and end up losing money. So it's so important, regardless if it's a new home or not, because the builder does not represent you as a buyer. They represent themselves. They represent their homes. It may seem like they're representing you, but their protection is for their builder, not for you. So it's just so, so important because at the end of the day, if you can't afford to make your payments, you're going to lose the house in the end. It's not the builder that loses the house. It will be you that loses the house. Now, I don't know how far this lawsuit is going to go, but I know that this big builder is a big builder and they have a real fight on their hands to verify that they did not mislead this buyer. So it's kind of a shame because this builder is well known in the industry and now they have a lawsuit against them. But take a look at the story at the bottom. Understand if you are looking to buy a new home, it is a great time this month to buy a home because there are a lot of options out there and there's a lot of incentives, but you still need a real estate agent to protect you, to watch out, to be on your side, to verify that everything's correct, inspections are good, repairs are done, and you always want to get inspection regardless if it's a new home. Because that's another thing. The builder represents themselves. They don't represent you. So you want to catch everything that could be wrong to make sure taxes are improved, not unimproved. to make sure payments look right, to make sure documents are being done correctly, and make sure everything's in the contract. So when you go sign, there's nothing missing. It's too easy to buy a home, sign the contract, and move on, because once you've signed, you can't go back. Okay? So have a real estate agent. It is so, so important. I can't emphasize that enough. Have a real estate agent, even if you're buying a brand new home. Hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.